something new. This is our 1970 International pickup. We're going to show you how to replace the brakes.
We just took the wheel off.
We already replaced the driver's side rear wheel because the brake cylinder was leaking. We're going to show you how to do this one.
This one doesn't look too bad, but since we have the parts and we already did the other one, we're going to do this side as well. The first step is we're going to actually take out the brake cylinder, and to do that you've got to get on the back side here and get this brake line removed from the cylinder. On the other side it was really stuck, so we had to move it back and forth quite a bit. We'll see how this one goes. Alright, so we're going to try to get this brake line off. This is a 3/8 flare nut wrench. You can use a standard wrench, but they tend to round over the corners. We've soaked it pretty good with PB Blaster a couple times. It's still kind of stuck. So what we did on the other one to get this is you tighten it all the way down, and then you loosen it a little bit. Spray it with PB Blaster. Tighten it, loosen it. You don't want to over torque it because you'll end up busting the brake line. So you can see the brake line moves when I do this. The brake line shouldn't really move, and you don't want to just torque on it, but you want to just work it back and forth a bunch until it eventually goes. So this could take a while, but we're just going to do this because the nut on the end of this should back off and slide up the brake line, but it's right now it's rusted right to the brake line.
Okay, this is a pair of brake pliers. It's got a little hole in the end and this little like notch thing. You put it on, put the notch like right here. Yep. And you twist it.
Oh, careful. Now there's spring tension on this, so you got to get that little notch underneath. Seeing how it snaps onto the plier like that, and now you can just pull that off. See, wear glasses when you do this. All right, now you can do the next one, Gabe. This is a little smaller one. Now you do it the other way. See, twist. No. Oh, almost. There you go. Can you do it again? Good job. There you go. I'll pop that one off. That one sticks. Yeah, that's okay. All right.
I got a new one of those.
So this little cable here, this is for the emergency brake. We have a new one of those, so we'll take that off too. Gabe, can you pull that? This piece, I don't know what that's called, but we need to keep that because I don't have another one of those. And then we got to get the bottom spring off. Here you go, bud.
Why is that?
Well, because you got to snap the bottom spring. Now this is opposite the other side, remember? To get this one off, you have to get, it's hooked on this little bracket, so you got to get in there and actually pull this off. Excuse me, Gabe, I'm going to sneak in behind you. To get this one, because this is a little tougher. I'm actually just going to hook it.
There you go.
And that comes off like so. Brake pliers are like kind of like a Swiss Army knife. There's parts everywhere that you can use for things. Alright. So now, Gabe, can you show them how to get both the studs out?
Yeah, do we have Okay, we got this little screwdriver thing. It's got like, it's flange sort of. And you put it on like, there's two sizes. I know it's this big one. Push, and then you gotta turn it so it's lined up. No, almost.
You gotta hold the back of the stud or it'll move, so.
There we go. And
then the shoe just comes off right like that. And so that's
got that too.
now on this, it's hooked, and this is the emergency brake spring. And so, Gabe, I'm going to pull on this.
Okay.
Bucket. There's no juice coming out. I'm gonna pull on this.
Unhook it.
And actually, I think I can just twist it. Oh, there we go.
See, pops out like
So
that.
this arm we need to keep. There's a little hook here. We'll need to
Place that.
split that off. So you just drive this little hook out. And so I need to save this arm to attach to the new shoe.
And
then Gabe, if you would. Push. Yep. Yeah, push. There you go. Now this. Just gonna pull this shoe, pull that shoe off, Gabe. Pull. Oh,
oh, those things are all needed. But
actually, you put this stud back through, please, because the new studs
oh yeah, there's too
are
short.
too long, and then this bar goes in between as well. So we'll hang on to that, clean that up, and then once we get the cylinder out, then we're good to go to put the new brakes back together.
Okay, the nut is rounded over here, so we're gonna take off this brake line and replace it since it's so rusted together. And the nut's rounded over.
Isaac, if you crawl in from the other side, there's a bolt here that you can take off.
Where?
Right here.
My glasses on. See better?
Other way.
Oh.
There you go. Good job. And this, we're just going to take this off of the junction. And then, since it's so stuck on the other one, I'm ideally going to keep this line pretty much the shape it is so I can match it when I make a new brake line. And we're just going to pull out the brake cylinder out the other side. And unscrew the brake cylinder and then just pull the line right through it with pull the brake cylinder through it with the line attached.
And it came off.
It came off.
How bad is
We'll
it?
just make another one. This end wasn't bad. The other end was pretty bad. That end's rounded over. We tried getting it off, and
Oh, it's that bleeder valve?
the bleeder valve I broke trying to get that loose, which is why we even need to take this cylinder out at all. All right, Isaac's just taking the brake cylinder off here.
Oh, I gotta loosen the bolts.
Yeah, get both of them.
Hey, is that thing spinning?
You got the one going. Get both of them if you can. Let me know if you need me to pull on it.
I shouldn't. I gotta just use my muscles.
There you go. Good job. You got both of them started?
Yeah.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that off, and Isaac, if you can move just a second, I'm gonna show the people here. There's your cylinder. And Isaac, once you take those bolts off, the cylinder should just slide right out. Then we'll put the new one in,
There's a part
put the
down
springs
there.
on, and then we will make a new brake line.
Go. Okay, now that we took off the brake cylinder, Dad's gonna spray it with brake cleaner to clean everything up.
Before we put it back together, we want to make sure everything's good and clean. So, This can's going on empty.
We have more.
But we have more. All right, let's. This brake isn't
Near as bad.
near as bad as the other one, because this one wasn't leaking. But there's still a lot of gunk in it. Let's see all the black gunk running off of it. They make these little holes in the back so you can adjust the brakes, and there's little plugs that go in them. And we did not have a plug in ours. The other thing you're going to want to do is make sure that the drum is really nice and clean. This one doesn't look too bad, but I'll wait to spray it down until we're ready to put it on so I don't get more gunk in it. But with that, we'll get the brake cylinder ready to put back in.
Thank you for watching another episode of Rod's Tractors.
In our next episode, we will show you how to put the brakes back together.
Click like and subscribe.
Thank you.